Well, hello there to my Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, happy Groundhog Day. Happy Monday. Happy Motivational Monday. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend wherever you are. Sending you all lots of love and good energy. All right, this is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, let's get into it. Don't forget, if you're on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn, if you consider your sun sign as an Aquarius, even if you're on the cusp of Capricorn, we're still doing donation readings to the end of Aquarius season, right? For Aquarius sun signs, even if you're on the cusp of Capricorn, right? So we'll do something creative during Pisces season, right? That may be open to everybody. But for right now, for Aquarius, even if you're on the cusp of Aquarius Capricorn, if you consider yourself an Aquarius, then, hey, get your donation readings. Or if you know someone who's an Aquarius, get your donation readings, send the information to them. If you want to gift somebody something, say, hey, I want to gift you a reading. Tell them to send. That's a great creative idea. You can gift a loved one who's an Aquarius a reading if they believe in tarot. You don't want to push tarot on anybody, but you can give them a donation reading. Donation readings are free, or whatever you want to donate. I am valued by my community. All right. Somebody is a prayer warrior, and somebody could be connected to predatory energies, people who prey on people, which would make somebody an opportunist, right? So be very, so if you're part of an opportunist community, then people are connecting you to that, saying that you are an opportunist, right? And so that's where you're going to be learning how to detach. You are valued by your community, but you're valued because you're not an opportunist. You know what I'm saying, right? So your polarity sign is Cancer. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 10th house. Your 10th house is your career and your vocation. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 10th house. That's what sort of your vocation is, what source called you to do. You don't have to be an opportunist, and you don't have to be a part of a community that takes, y'all know what the word opportunist means, right? And so, you don't have to be a part of that kind of a community. A person, obviously y'all know an opportunist is a person who exploits circumstances to gain immediate advantage rather than being guided by consistent principles, right? So, you want to make sure your community is not that type of a community that you're connected to, right? Let's go. Sending everybody lots of good energy. Yeah, so something is happening fast for you. Something is happening fast for you. You're getting focused, laser fast. Somebody could be connected to because this 8 number here connects us to being fast tracked into something. But somebody has been tightening the screws with somebody. I don't know who it is, but 8 connects us to money exchange. Somebody's been trying to tell you how to get fast money, who to get fast money from, an opportunist community, right? How you can get fast money, right? Hey, you got to plant that seed. You're an earth sign. You got to plant the seed. Like, think about what you're planting, plants or seeds, right? For flowers or, plants. When you plant that seed, you don't grow money the first day, right? You plant that seed, you don't meet your person the first day, right? You got to plant the seed. It has to be in fertile soil, and those roots grow down before they come through the soil, right? So somebody could be around you who wants you to make fast money, but they're taking advantage of you, whoever that is. They could want some fast money, right? And so again, it takes time. People need to see, are you a part of a particular community before they would even help you sometimes. If they know that you're surrounded by, if they believe that you're part of a community that likes to take advantage of people, something is happening. You're being fast tracked. Something is happening. It's coming in real fast around money, because people want to know, do you know your worth? In other words, let me give somebody what I'm talking about. You hear artists that's making millions of dollars, but they just surrounded by people who just taking advantage of them, taking advantage of that opportunity to shine. And you could be that manager. You just got a bunch of people sitting around. This is 8 of Wands here, meaning that you're 80% on your way to your North Node. 80%, right? You better look around your circle. You better pay attention to your circle. Are these people around you taking advantage of you? They just sitting there waiting for you to just break, to go broke, to break down and cry, to offer unhealthy sex or money practices, or do something illegal, strange for change, funny for money? Are they just sitting around waiting for you to just break? They getting high off of whatever, their own supply, drinking and smoking and doing all kinds of stuff. And again, this is no judgment to anybody, because some of it is medicinal. Some people really do need, something is, medicinal for some people. Some people really need it, or the doctor told them, hey, maybe this will help you or whatever. But you got to make sure that people are not just trying to get you fast money. Next thing you know, you're restricted. That number 8, 8 of Swords, because that's the next thing that's coming, the 8 of Swords. That could restrict you. Somebody just telling you make some fast money, right? You want to make sure your community really, really does value you. They don't want to see you restricted, right? They don't want to see you broke, busted, and disgusted. So somebody's getting focused real fast. This is a current situation here. If you're around those people, so say you're around the wrong people. You're around the wrong people. You can't knock on your next door and ask any information about stuff. You can't, ask this person, ask that person. So source is getting you focused real fast. Yep. A challenge is this for you. Now, y'all are an earth sign, and friends and family keep you really rooted and grounded, whoever you are, right? And a challenge for you is that you can go deep emotionally. Like you could be a dolphin around a bunch of sharks, right? Meaning that as soon as your ships come in, we talking about water, your ships, right, come in, and you feel like you hit the jackpot, like, oh my God, all these people who were once standing around too high to even notice what was going on in your life, not high off life either. Again, there's no judgment whatsoever, because y'all got to understand, some people actually need certain things because of situations, right? Some kind of trauma or something, or somebody could be gotten a surgery or something, whatever. But source is saying to you, your ships are here. It's going to feel like you hit the freaking jackpot for somebody, right? A challenge for you is, remember, imagine you got 9 cups of water to 8 wands here, 8 fire, right? That only leaves 1 for you. Everybody got their hands out. And again, I got to give you an example of some artists making millions of dollars, but they paying salaries for people that people would not make unless they connected to their friends. You carrying bags and you making $70,000-$80,000 a year to carry a bag, right? So somebody is learning how to be more resourceful. You're learning how to be more resourceful with the people that you're connected to, in other words. So that could be a challenge for some of you all. But you need to get with some people who are innovative. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 9th house. Sometimes just wearing a blue wig, and I'm not talking about whoever you are, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes when I say going against the grain, dressing differently, will expose people. Y'all need to start paying attention. 9th house, Sagittarius rules 9th house, right? We're not talking about a Sagittarius. Sometimes y'all need to really pay attention to when you dress differently, when you come out the house a little differently. Sometimes y'all need to pay attention to when you start telling people, hey, I'm about to travel here, I'm about to go here, I'm about to do this. Y'all need to start paying attention to who in your circle is jealous. That's what source is trying to tell you. When you start talking about, hey, and you just talking about like it's just normal. Hey, I'm about to hop in the car and do this. I'm about to go travel here. I'm about to go hang out here. I'm being treated to do this. Somebody wants to take. Y'all need to start paying attention. Start paying attention. I believe the moon has moved into Virgo. Virgo rules 6th house. We're not talking about a Virgo. We're not talking about a Sagittarius. And we're not talking about a Scorpio. But y'all need to start paying attention to your 8th house, to your 9th house. When you feel like, okay, after I've given out everything, I only got 1 left for me. When you 80% there, 80% to your 10th house in Sagittarius, you're almost there to your answering the call in your life. All the time you ask, why is this happening? What's this why is all this stuff happening to me? Great question. Ask source. Ask source to give you such a clear explanation, as clear as a bell. Why did you meet this person? Why did this situation happen to you? Why did this? Why did that? Yeah. You don't have to be bullied into your North Node, right? There it is, bullied. Somebody told you to play mind games with somebody, right? You don't ever have to be bullied into your North Node. So now somebody's saying that whoever this Aquarius is, or whatever this circle is, whoever, because 5 of Swords connects with 5 and 6 of Swords connects us with Aquarius. Somebody's basically bullying you, but they have blood on their hands. So you're gonna be taking one last look back and saying, "Hey, I'm going for it. I'm operating by faith. Source called me to do something, I'm doing." This right here is about flying or flying in a plane or traveling or whatever, which Sagittarius love to do. We're not necessarily talking about a Sagittarius, but they love to travel, whether it's, remember that fire connection connects us with the mental body. That's the solar plexus chakra. So somebody you must have told that you like to travel, use 3 to 8 inches off their physical body. They hadn't resolved something, some kind of mental processes, ideas, and judgments. They had limited beliefs or self-doubts about how you were able to travel, right? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for instance, you were in the military or you're a veteran, right? Y'all know how many discounts there are for veterans? You know how many programs that people put together for veterans to go places and fly here and go there. So somebody had limiting beliefs about why you were traveling and doing this and that. And not just veterans. It could be, you could be a part of an organization, some kind of affiliation with the government or whatever the case may be. Y'all know how many discounts and stuff that people are not paying full price for things, right? So source is saying you gonna feel like you hit the jackpot when you're aligning yourself with people who don't have a problem with you taking a flight somewhere, going somewhere, doing this, that, and the other. Somebody wanted to be in a relationship with you. And let me gotta warn y'all too. If you work for the government, military, anything where you're getting all these, you better know your worth and your value. Because I'm telling y'all, people will take stone cold advantage of that. You don't have to be deployed overseas to experience some kind of trauma that you could possibly be paid for, right? You be getting paid money. You could have some kind of a certificate where you could buy a house. All that stuff is money, y'all. Wake up. All of that is money. You being paid so you can go to school, that is money because it's not coming out of your pocket. The government is funding it. Wherever you are in wherever part of the world, the government is funding. So people know your worth and they know your value. But you better know your worth and you know your value, okay? People taking advantage of you, right? You're getting discounts on life insurance policy. I can't even run down the list of discounts veterans get. So y'all shouldn't be out here running around just being with anybody. Even your family members. They trying to treat you to stuff and trying to take you places and stuff. So a challenge for you could be, you know, letting these people go. You want to water everybody else's fire. You want to put everybody else's fire out when they would not even bring a spray bottle to put your anxiety out. They just stand around like, oh, trauma bonding. Oh, that happened to you. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, wow. So somebody is now trying to use somebody's words against them. Like I said. Because they got blood on their hands, constantly hovering over you, whispering in your ear every time you're on the phone trying to talk to somebody. They're a bully. That's a bully spirit, right? Yep. And so there's a star. Your 11th house is star energy, right? Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 11th house. Somebody's 11th house is in Taurus. That's the person that you're going to be connecting with. That's the person that somebody told you to bully, but somebody already knows who's bullying you. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 5th house. Okay, I had to add a little bit more time. We have a few more minutes here. But always bet on you. People will declare you as mentally unstable just to get a check from you. Y'all, the stuff that people have you hide somewhere and just to collect a check from you. I told y'all about when I worked for a federal agency, how we had a sort of a ministry, the homeless ministry that we had, and just listening to homeless veteran stories and how families was taking money from them, doing all kinds of stuff. They would rather live on the street than live with certain family members that was just taking money from them and mistreating them. So y'all need to wake up. Y'all really need to get with some people who are going to educate you, do some volunteer work or something. If you got veterans in your family or police officers or anybody that had government employees, find out You'd be surprised. You don't have to make a whole lot of money. Sometimes, and I'm gonna just say this plain language. Sometimes for your family members, you better off dead than alive because of the amount of money they can collect. So y'all need to wake up. Somebody wants the best for you. It's time to start dating again. Just forget all of that. Once you find out your worth, you know your worth and your value, that's your second house, and you realize people will take advantage of that by any means necessary. They feel like they need to be paid in order to be in a relationship with you. Listen, hey, I'm trying to help somebody. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Some people are straight up opportunists. If they find out, hey, I'm telling y'all, I learned this a long time ago. That somebody told me, an older person told me a long time ago when I was a teenager. It's like, you pay attention, you're on a good path, you headed in this direction. Be mindful of these types of people. And sometimes it's not as easy to see as you think, but hey, the dispenser of justice is with you. They secretly have a crush on you. Somebody secretly has a crush on you. The spy is down, turned on. But I'm telling y'all, better wake up. I'm serious, men and women. I'm telling y'all, for real. I don't care what. Especially if you had a public service position, when you getting all these benefits and stuff like that, pay attention. Start making people sign prenups. Forget all that. If they say no, guess what? It's a no-go. I'm good. Yep, divine abundance. So you were born to align with love's will and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Get from around these communities that will make you a fall guy for some stuff. Get away from them people. So somebody stay in your ear. That's what this Five of Swords is. Somebody stay in your ear trying to tell you, you better wake up. You don't want to find out the hard way. Some of y'all just want to date somebody. Forget that. And they just looking at you like one big, whatever your currency is in your country, like dollar sign. They looking at you as one big payday. Self-love, y'all. Self-love. Love yourself. And that's what I have for you all. Again, this is a wake-up call for you all. This is a wake-up call. Y'all work way too hard for people to be looking at you as just a paycheck. They looking at you as a retirement plan at your expense. Yeah. Somebody's trying to tell you. The number 28 could be of significance to somebody, right? Like I said, the number 22, this is February 2nd. So again, happy Groundhog Day. You're able to download higher divine wisdom into physical reality. You're also... Okay, I had to add a little bit more time to this. But I was saying thank you to those of you all who send me information about stocks and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. Because that's, again, money. That's making an investment in something. But I'm speaking specifically to people who have been in positions where your job provide you with benefits and money and you know, knowing your worth and your value and stuff like that. People will take stone cold advantage of that. They will see you as walking money. Even if you're looking at your house or where you live and you're like, well, I don't see the money in my bank. It's your worth and your value. It's your worth and your value. They would take out a life insurance policy on you, all of that other stuff, and you'll have people to help them to do it. Like, did you know that this person is worth this? If they do that, opportunists. If that's the community that you're a part of, source is exposing it. And I'm telling you, when a person has sat there and listened to that conversation, they be the first person to say, oh yeah, they don't want to be associated with that. So you got a bully in your camp. Somebody who's saying that they're an opportunist. They want some kind of money for something. They feel like they hit the jackpot with whoever they were in a relationship with. So let's say, for instance, you have a parent. Let's say you have two parents and they're no longer married, okay? And one parent was in the military. I'm gonna make this so crystal clear to you all that you can't miss it. One parent was in the military. guess what? They got funeral expenses paid for. They got kickbacks, all of this. You getting a flag, all of this stuff going on. You don't have to pay for nothing. All you will get is an insurance, or you get money, kickback money from their death. So we're crystal clear. You better unravel yourself from people who think like that. You better unravel yourself from people who think like that. You better get out of that community. Because guess who will be the fall person? You. You will be the fall person. And people can't wait to pounce on it. So you better get your brains together, because it'll be here today and gone tomorrow. Y'all know how many people take advantages of law enforcement and government employees, whether it's local, whatever the case may be. So you better get your brains together if you connected to those type of people. I see you being successful as a leader. I see you being successful as a leader. And guess who will get the money if you get in trouble? The person who bullied you and put you up to something. Wake up. That's why when people go through breakups and stuff like that, they feel like, okay, gosh, somebody wasn't trying to take advantage of them financially. They just move on with their life. You better be grateful for people like that. They ain't trying to take nothing from you. Nothing. They not using an opportunity when you are at your lowest point to get money from you. They don't want to be a part of your insurance policy. They'll sign a prenup agreement. Y'all better be grateful for people like that. Because you got so many people who come from families who cannot wait to take advantage of you. They'll celebrate 5 minutes after you're in the grave. They somewhere partying, cashing insurance checks. While you sitting there trying to process what the heck just happened. And you the fall person for it. That's what you have in common with somebody. So you better, I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody better unravel themselves from that mess. You better wake up. There's a book called The Furious Hours that was on President Obama's book list. That is excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Get the audio book if you need to. But listen to that book and read it. Because some people out here doing some strange things for change, for fast money. Strange for change. Right? And got you smack dab in the middle of something. Because you're a star. Because you're already a star, you're 80% to you be sitting there wondering how come you never made it to your purpose. You didn't know what the purpose of all this mess was, when you're hearing it right now on this channel. You're hearing it right now on this channel. Especially people who are married to people in the government or in the military or law enforcement or whatever the case may be, when they're getting all these discounts and kickbacks. You got to be super careful of who you align yourself with. Super careful, because again, those are public service positions, right? A lot of veterans come back home, whether they were deployed or not. Some people don't even leave basic training before they experience some kind of trauma, right? And getting paid for it. So y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. There's some people out here that all they want is a check. That's it. They don't care how they get it. Y'all better wake up. I'm trying to educate somebody. They'll use their kids, grandkids, anybody just to get a check. So be grateful when a person leaves a relationship and they don't want a dime, a penny, or nothing from you. They want nothing from you. They just move on with their lives. Somebody who is financially independent is trying to warn you. Don't find out after the fact when you sitting somewhere. And not to say I'm not speaking this into existence. I don't want this to happen to anybody, where somebody is detained, questioned, in handcuffs, life threatened, life flashing before your eyes. But you better wake up. Because somebody who's financially independent is on top of it. And I'm talking to men and women veterans. Men and women, service men and women. If you work a public facing or public service position, y'all better snap out of it real fast. Because you thinking, okay, well, this person I'm in a relationship with, they don't want anything from me. You know, they supply my needs sexually. They just, stroking my ego and all of this other stuff. But they will make sure. This number 8 also connects us with death. They looking at somebody as a cash cow. I'm not here to try to put a negative spin on anybody's relationship. But you better get educated today. And I'm saying this as a veteran. Trying to educate you. Temperance card. Wake up. Y'all better wake up. Y'all running around here wanting to... Y'all card is the devil card. That's the card of lust, restriction, and obsession, right? So the devil is a liar. So when you're saying, you're going directly to the creator of the devil and saying, God, show me the hearts of people that I'm in a relationship with. Show me if they are an opportunist, if they just with me because they looking at the long term, what they can get from it. Some people feel like they've invested the time in a relationship with you and they're owed money. They feel like that's the exchange for staying in a relationship with you. They never loved you. You better wake up. Some of y'all kids, grandkids, you're a veteran. Some of y'all kids date people who come from families who have that opportunist behavior, attitude. Once you leave a relationship, hey, move on. You deserve the best, the best, the best. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Somebody has this is also for like like fast tracked into like pilots or something like that. Like you could be a flight attendant, pilot, whatever the case would be for flying. But this also connects us with being fast tracked. You want to be able to connect with people who are trying to give you some quick information about how your life can change from this to that in a heartbeat. All because you're connected to a person who just want a... Okay, so this is the last pieces. I know somebody would have been like, well, it cut off. What was the last part? The last part is pay attention. That's the last part. But the last part was you're a master at invoking peace and calm in a daily life. That's the number 22. So it is 2-2. Again, happy Groundhog Day. That's what I have for you. That is the message that I have for you. But stay woke. Stay woke. People out here taking advantage of people. They looking for a quick... I don't know what the economy looks like for a lot of people because I don't follow all of that. But you want to stay focused. Focus. If you're around people that talk about the economy is bad, this was on the news and so on and so forth, and they looking for a quick payday, and you happen to be a public servant in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or you're related to a public servant, and they feel like, okay, they are better off dead than alive, they will make you the fall guy. I cannot say that it's clear. I cannot even emphasize that enough. Somehow being attached to or connected to. Get away from them. Detach. Use your brains. Get away from them. You don't want to be sitting somewhere confused at the last moment like, oh my God, I don't know what they talking about. Be confused if you want to. And I'm telling you this right now. Get away from them people. They are opportunists. Somebody's connected to an opportunistic. That's why the challenge is here.